Thank you, Troy, and thank you, Andrea, for sharing your stories. Troy, you are in a room that has many educators in it, and what I will tell you is you do not need to apologize to any of your teachers. If they could see you right now, I wish some of them were in the room, they would be beaming with pride. So, Troy. And thank you for reminding us that every learner is different. Everyone in this room learns differently. Everyone here learns and attains information and moves forward differently. So now to Andrea. I'm going to take your challenge and put it out there. Don't wait for somebody else to put that milestone out there. We're all continuing to set those milestones on an unbeaten path. That's what WGU has done for 26 years. We keep putting the milestones out there. You do it too. And then I want to hearken back to that moment of silence. And it brought to mind one of my favorite composers and lyricists, a man named Jason Robert Brown. And he has a very favorite song of mine called Caravan of Angels. It's a caravan of angels watching over us. So think about that caravan of angels, whether they're in the room with you or whether they're not physically present with you. They're pushing you through. So place that milestone and know you've got a caravan of angels watching over you. I am now very pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Nicole Walters. After spending more than a decade in corporate America, Nicole left her six-figure job to pursue a more purposeful and prosperous path. Within 6 months of stepping out on her own, she successfully turned her part-time side hustle into a full-time business. Since, she has built a multi-million-dollar business education empire, Inherit Learning Company. Leveraging her sales and business development expertise, she and her team design signature learning programs that break down complex and difficult problems to help entrepreneurs establish profitable and purposeful businesses. Through immersive training and step-by-step guidance, participants learn how to go from idea to implementation. From stay-at-home parents to small business owners, she offers transformative resources that inspire people to not only build the business and the life they love, but to leave a legacy. Please welcome Nicole Walters.
Wow. Hello, graduating class of Western Governors University. I am moved, I am overwhelmed. This is absolutely incredible. From watching so many of you here with your family and friends to support, as well as some of the graduates here with their kids sitting next to them, it really speaks to this university and the type of people that they welcome in. And it's also such a joy to be back in my hometown of Washington, D.C., and a greater privilege to be with you here on this special day. But of course, like you, getting to this moment came with the everyday responsibilities that we never really get a chance to set aside. So, truth moment, before I got to this stage, I had to do the mama check-in. I've got 3 daughters, and no matter where I go, I need to check in on them. And you know what I mean. It's the thing that we've all done, right? It's the call in transit on the way to the office to make sure they haven't burnt the house down. You know, it's the call on the way back to make sure they take the meat out of the freezer so we can cook it, knowing that they won't, right? And, you know, when I checked in with them, my 21-year-old told me that she is freaking out because she has a cough and she's pretty sure her lungs are falling out because that's what it said on TikTok. And my eldest, my 24-year-old, was excited to tell me that she's only a few weeks away from getting her 30-day chip at treatment. And it's been a journey for her in recovery, and I'm so proud. And my 11-year-old is telling me that she is pretty certain that she is never getting married because boys smell and I better be okay with grand dogs. And for that moment in time, on that call, I was focused on each of them because that was my priority. And it has been ever since I met my daughters just 10 years ago, while they were panhandling on the side of the street with their biological mother in Baltimore. Only about an hour, if it's 5 p.m. in D.C., 5, 6 hours away from here. Now, long before I officially adopted them and they called me mom, I knew I'd have to make them a priority. So in that moment, I made a focused choice. And I promised them that I was never leaving and that they'd always be number one in my life. And so I ask you, how many times in your life leading up to this moment have you had to come to a full stop, where you had to change focus on your priority, whether it was family or health or work, and because of your circumstances, you've had to set aside your dream? A dream that was delayed but not denied. Now, we've all seen a lot of inspirational talks, and I want to promise you that this isn't one of those. This isn't a cheesy rah, rah, rah situation. This is different. It's different because it's about you. The average WGU grad is in their mid-30s. We all look like we're in our 20s. A parent and employed and working full-time. I understand you because I am you. I know what it's like to build a dream while taking care of your kiddos. I've dropped my kid off in the IKEA play area in College Park, Maryland, while I used one of the computer desks in the showroom in order to take a quick call because I had a deadline and I had to get it done and I didn't have the childcare support. Listen, I get it. I have responsibilities and I have bills. So our chat today is about that person. It's about the one that has sacrificed for everyone, but finally made a choice to do something for themselves because they're deserving. And honestly, you don't need any more motivation today. You're the hero of the moment. So I want to call out the key lesson here about choices. When I was a child, I learned quickly that life is all about choices. My father is a cab driver for D.C. Diamond Cab for over 40 years, right here in the district. And we couldn't afford much, let alone childcare. So after school and all summer, I would ride around in the passenger seat with my father all around D.C. So no one knows the traffic struggle of 495 like this girl. But my favorite drives were the ones through the downtown city buildings. They were all so tall. And my dad, in his thick Ghanaian West African accent, would say, "Nana, I want you to know, we did not come to America for you to eat fast food, all these hamburgers. We have good food at home." We came to America because America is the one place you can start off by cleaning a building, but you can end up with your name on the side of one. Now, to be clear, we had friends and family that cleaned those buildings. We understand respectable and hard work. But what my dad was calling out here was opportunity and choice. That choice is the real American dream. It's not the house. It's not the fence, the dog. It's not 2.5 kids or 12. What my dad was telling me was that everyone in life has a choice. And make no mistake, you can decide to let life happen to you, or you can choose how you want to show up. And friends, this brings me to one of the greatest choices you have ever made to propel yourself forward. The choice to return to your dream. The choice to carry this for yourself while being all the things, all the time, to all the people in your life. You chose to do this, and you have done it. Now, I only have a short time with you here in this special moment, But, I'm coming to the alumni party thing though, so you should definitely come because I'll be there. So short time here, party later. Okay, but I want you to know, and because you're students, I want to teach you this one thing. The most important thing that you have learned here at WGU, and you've learned this no matter the degree, no matter your expertise, WGU has helped you realize the one thing you need to become accomplished beyond your greatest dreams. As of today, you are a successful returner. And this is so important because in our society, there is nothing more celebrated than starting for the first time. We have baby showers for starting life, weddings for starting marriage, grand openings to celebrate new business. And it's a beautiful thing to celebrate the newness, but it's not naturally ingrained in our society to celebrate the return. And yet, the trait that serves us most throughout life is the ability to start over. There is no skill that will help us succeed more than the ability to look at where we are in life and despite of, or maybe because of, the desire to be something more, to alter our circumstances, to get everything that we deserve to be, we decide to make the choice to start over or start again. And with the many talents that we must have to succeed in life, the ability to return, to start again, to get back in there is the most powerful, fruitful, and necessary one. So, WGU grads, night owls, moms and dads, daughters and sons, throughout this process, you have proven to all of us, your family that watched you, your children, your coworkers, and most importantly, to yourself, that you have what it takes to build an impactful and incredible life. Because in order to sit here today, you've had to say yes to getting back in there countless times. When you click submit on that application in a bold moment filled with nerves and excitement and readiness. When work called and you had to set aside your assignment to complete that later because you're juggling priorities. Or when you knew you'd have to get that group project complete. And how many of us are so glad we don't have to do group projects anymore, okay? Whew, Lord. But then you knew you'd have to get back to it because you had to put down dinner for the kids and finish tidying the house. You had to keep returning. Life isn't about how high you go or how much you make. It's not about avoiding taking breaks or some magic rule that you're not allowed to stop what you're doing and choose to reprioritize. Because honestly, stopping makes sense when you're choosing your family. And stopping makes sense when you're choosing your health. And stopping makes sense when you're choosing your career. Stopping makes sense when the season isn't right. So grant yourself grace for choosing to stand where you needed to be in the moments you were in. Because what I've learned and what you've proven true here today is that anything is possible as long as we have the strength to return and start again. Friend, not only do you possess a professional degree now, you are now a professional returner. Nothing will or can keep you from what you deserve. Delayed, but not denied. In a world that is constantly finding ways to tell us that we don't stack up with our bodies, with our families, with our faith, with our knowledge or experiences, you've proven that through it all, you've always had everything you need to get everything you want. And with a partner like WGU, providing flexibility and affordability, understanding and compassion, nothing is missing. As you step away from this experience and into your next chapter, I can promise you that you will encounter hardship. If you have a kid, they're going to drive you crazy. If you have a coworker, they're going to drive you crazy. If you have a husband, they're going to drive you crazy, okay? Responsibilities will not stop here, particularly for people like us. They're always chasing a life of purpose. So I guarantee you that hardships lie ahead. But I also know that no matter how far they knock you down, no matter how far you drift off the planned path, you will get up. You will show up. You will continue to choose more, to be more, and to do more. And you will win because you already have. Night owls, I'm deeply proud of you. You deserve this moment. I'm grateful and privileged to stand here with you today and stand in agreement on your incredibly bright future. To the class of 2023, to you, congratulations.